Hello, everybody. Oh, that's hilarious. Bullshit Machine Bear here. Bullshit Machine Bear is live. Today, I'm going to break down a news article. I haven't done one of these in a while. Here to wear long sleeves because of the mosquitoes. It's still very warm in Texas. It's going to be 91 today, I'm from Chicago, the Chicago area, and 91 is a super hot August day and July day, and it's just normal in Texas. So I kind of noticed that I don't like notice the seasons anymore because there is none. There are no seasons here in the hill country. So, but anyway, so every once in a while, an article headline will catch my eye, and I wanted to break this one down. Here is the headline. Oops, hang on a second. No, let me stop sharing. Hang on a second. There it is. COVID rebound after Jesus Christ, whatever treatment. Hang on a second. Why can't I read that? I just informed myself that I started a live video. Hang on. After Pfizer treatment, there it is. Okay. COVID rebound after Pfizer treatment likely due to robust immune response. So I know that these are all they're actually telling people that they're poisoning them, and I just read this article just because this language, robust immune response study finds, and I didn't know what a COVID rebound was. I don't dive into the news very often, but like I said, this article just caught my eye. So let me just kind of explain what I think happens when our bodies, like when you get the flu, you get sick. I think that what is happening is that the body is detoxing. Okay, and I've done a little bit of research, and I find what makes sense, and I go with that. And if there's something else that makes more sense later on, I can because I'm not married to any of my thoughts or beliefs or anything like that. If I find that something makes more sense and I'm wrong about something, then I have no problem changing it because I'm not my thoughts. I'm not here to be my beliefs or anything like that. But what I think is that as the body gets toxic, right? It gets toxic from the food we eat, the air we breathe, the nasty thoughts that we have, the fear that we're constantly creating. The body gets a toxic overload and then has to offload that, right? And then what happens is it offloads it, like your body will get hot, right? In the form of a fever. Your nose will run, you'll be congested, and you'll start coughing up stuff out of your lungs and stuff like that. This is the body's response to get the toxicity out of the body so it could be healthy. Now, my solution to that, right? And then the symptoms are the body healing itself, right? I think that the body is always trying to heal itself, and getting sick, quote unquote, is the way that it does it. So how do I want to say, like let's just say a tumor, right? You got a tumor. something in your body is like the tumor is actually protecting the rest of your body from the poison thing, and until it can figure out how to kill the poison thing. Right? Does that make sense? So it's actually, it like surrounds it with, your body responds to whatever the poison is, right? I don't know why I'm doing my shoulder, but your body responds to whatever the poison is, and it gives layers and layers and layers of protection so that that poison can't leak out into the body and do more damage, right? So this thing's been doing damage for however long. The body's like, oh shit, okay, we gotta protect, we gotta isolate it, right? And then that's where the tumor comes from. So and then when the body is sneezing and coughing and stuff like that, it's projecting out, right? I don't know exactly what a virus is, but I've seen things where, and this is what makes sense to me, is that a virus would be something that is like a soap or a cleanser, something that grabs on to the toxicity, and you sneeze it out, you blow it out of your nose, you cough it out, you shit it out of your ass, you do whatever it is, right? So to suppress, like if you take a NyQuil or a Dayquil or something like that, to suppress those symptoms is to keep the toxicity inside of your body. Now again, this is just my opinion. You can do your own research. The research that I've done, I've come to this conclusion. So suppressing the symptoms means that you're not allowing your body to go through the process it needs to go through to get healthy. Now, if you're something like ivermectin or something like that actually kills parasites or something like that, that's a little bit different. But I'm talking about the over-the-counter symptom suppressors, and I'm gonna talk about Paxlovid today in this article. I'll break that down in a little bit here, but the body in its response to constantly heal itself is trying to get this stuff out. So like if you think about those little spike proteins on the virus, if any of this is true, like if the whole spike protein stuff, if any of that exists, right, and maybe it's latching on to the toxicity in your body, and as you blow it out of your nose, or you cough it out of your lungs, or whatever it is, that's the thing that actually grabs onto it. Right? So the body is basically getting rid of toxins. And my solution to that would be to add more health into the body. What does that mean? That does not mean medicines, pharmaceuticals, anything like that. That means vitamins, minerals, rest, stuff like that, where you're actually adding health to help the body become stronger to fight the toxicity, to get the toxicity out faster. Right? Does this make more sense than to suppress the symptoms and like work through your symptoms and you're fine? Like it's aiding the body rather than suppressing symptoms. You need to aid the body rather than suppress the symptoms. So, but this article that I was reading is basically saying that they're poisoning you, but they use these buzzwords to confuse people. They use these buzzwords to confuse people. So, hang on a second. So as they use these buzzwords to confuse people, like they'll start talking about immune response. And if you know what an immune response is, that's the body reacting to a toxin in it, right? So the immune response is the immune system noticing that there is a foreign substance or foreign poison, something like that, something that doesn't belong. So the immune system says, okay, we got to get this out, right? So as it does that, you have a immune response, and that is where all the fluids and the snot and all that stuff comes from, right? So let me break down this this article real quick. So some of the buzzwords, what I did is I looked them up. Okay, this is the title of the article, right? COVID rebound after Pfizer treatment, likely due to robust immune response. Okay, so they're saying in that headline that that whatever the Pfizer treatment is doing, it's causing a robust immune response. Okay, so let me see. Where did I? Okay, so an immune response, the reaction of cells and fluids of the body to the presence of a substance which is not recognized as a constituent of the body itself. All right, it's basically saying it's just responding to a toxin. Okay, so then I wanted to look up robust. So it's strong and healthy, vigorous. Strong and healthy, vigorous. Okay, or an object sturdy in construction. So you're getting a strong immune response to, hang on a second, to the treatment, right? So when you take the treatment, your immune system is responding to the poison that they're putting inside of you, okay? Robustly, I might add. Let me see. What is this? The origin of robust. Hang on a second. From the Latin robustus, firm and hard. So you're getting a firm immune response. Okay? Let's get to... And then what is a rebound? The recurrence of a medical condition, especially after withdrawal of a medication. Right? So the symptoms, they say the symptoms come back. Right? So let's just say your body needs to get through this, is trying to get rid of its toxic load. You take this medicine that will suppress the symptoms. Okay? It will suppress the symptoms so your body doesn't get a chance to actually process itself. It doesn't get a chance to process its toxic load. You suppress the symptoms with more toxic load, and the body and the symptoms rebound. It's a recurrence of the medical condition, right? It'll work to suppress the symptoms for a little while, and then the body's like, okay, we don't have that thing in our body anymore, so now we really gotta eject this poison out of us, right? You get what I'm saying here? So it's like, okay, so now it's a rebound because you've just added more poison. Okay? And then let's go to antibody, right? What is because these are all in the article. Antibody, a blood protein produced in response to and counteracting a specific antigen. Right? So the next word I looked up was antigen. Antibodies combine chemically with substances which the body recognizes as alien, such as bacteria, viruses, and foreign substances in the blood. Now, these are just Google, Oxford languages. I just Googled these, okay? So, remember that a virus is dead. A virus is a piece of genetic material surrounded by protein. It's dead. It cannot replicate, okay? So it would make sense that a virus comes out of your body. Like if it's the piece of genetic material surrounded by this protein, surrounded by this spike protein, whatever it is, that's the thing carrying it out. Okay, does that make sense? So you know what an antibody is now, right? It's a blood protein produced in response to and counteracting a specific antigen. So, what is an antigen? An antigen is a toxin or other foreign substance which induces a immune response in the body, especially the production of antibodies. So the antigen is a foreign substance which induces an immune response. Okay, so now let's look at the title of this article. COVID rebound after Pfizer treatment likely due to a robust immune response. So these are people with healthy immune systems that are reacting to the poison after the Pfizer treatment. You see this? You do see this. I know you see this. Okay? So let's read the article real quick. What did I take a picture of here? Hang on a second. That's okay. So the reporting is done by Leroy Leo in Bengaluru and Julie Steelhuisen in Chicago, editing by somebody else. Okay, and hang on. I'm putting some comments in here so I can see what so I can see through the comments to actually read the thing. So anyway, so this is the reporting is done by Leroy Leo, whoever that is, in Bengaluru. Okay, where I didn't look up where that is. Okay, so let's choose different asset and let's get to the article. COVID rebound after Pfizer treatment likely due to robust immune response. Okay. A rebound of COVID-19 symptoms in some patients after taking Pfizer's antiviral Paxlovid may be related to a robust immune response rather than a weak one, U.S. government researchers reported on Thursday. So, what was I reading there? I just wanted to stop that for a second. Hang on a second. Shit. Yeah, so antiviral. Okay, so now antiviral, that was the word I wanted to explain real quick. So let's just say everything we've learned about viruses and getting sick and germ theory and all that is wrong, okay? So, and your body, what it does is it creates the virus. It doesn't catch the virus. It creates the virus to cleanse itself. So something named antiviral would be anti-health, right? It would be anti what the body made. It would suppress the making of the virus that carries the toxins out of the body. It would be antiviral, right? And therefore it would keep the toxins in and keep your toxic load inside of your body. So antiviral, while they say that this is a good thing, it's only because your understanding of a virus is that you catch a virus. It's something that you catch, it mutates and it grows. Well, it's fucking dead, okay? It's dead. It doesn't mutate and it grows. Like here, this is dead. This is my flip-flop. My flip-flop is dead, and yeah, I'm wearing socks too. Okay, see the toe? Okay. The flip-flop is not going to replicate. This leaf here is now dead. Okay, there is no way that this thing is going to mutate into anything else or replicate. Okay, back to the article. I can't keep starting this over because this will take forever. But so Leroy Leo and Julie Steenhuisen, okay. So a rebound of COVID-19 symptoms in some patients after taking Pfizer's antiviral Paxlovid may be related to a robust immune response rather than a weak one, right? So they're saying that these people have good immune systems right now. They concluded that taking a longer course of the drug beyond the recommended 5 days was not required to reduce the risk of a recurrence of symptoms, as some have suggested, based on an intensive investigation of rebound in 8 patients at the National Institute of Health's clinical center. 8 patients. All patients in the study had developed robust immune responses, but researchers found higher levels of antibodies in the patients who experienced a rebound. So their data suggests against the hypothesis, this is going too fast, that impaired immune responses. So they did this in 8 patients. Okay. Hang on a second. I either gotta read faster because I want to comment on this stuff as it's going. So let me see. But they keep making my point. Who is it? Like, think about who this is for. So let's just say you're somebody who knows what's going on. You're somebody who's part of the plan. Let's just say you're the farmer. This is more of a cattle report. Okay. This is like a farmer reading a cattle report. Okay, it's saying that so let's just say you're a eugenicist and you want a report on the drug you're using, like you're getting somebody to choose this drug, right? Because they have to get you to choose it. It's all an offer. So you're a eugenicist farmer. You're reading this cattle report on people's immune systems. The language that they're using, they understand what I understand in this article, and I'm trying to understand it better while also helping other people understand it, because there's a lot of people say, well, what's wrong with an immune response? What's wrong with antiviral? What's wrong with antigens? What's wrong with this? Well, this is what I'm explaining. So antigens are good for them, bad for you, right? So read this like you want people, you want this to happen. You want to destroy somebody's immune systems. Like these immune systems are overworking. It's causing a robust response, right? Like just check out the language. Check out what I'm talking about here, okay? And I won't start this over again because it's, like I said, I'll be here forever. All right, so there's Paxlovid. Rebound of some patients after taking Pfizer's antiviral Paxlovid may be related to a robust immune response. So what they feared that it was a weak immune response, like the poison wasn't strong enough, right? So think about it like that. Like they feared that it was a weak immune response. So like saying that the drug didn't work. They weren't overworking people's immune systems, right? Now they did this on 8 patients. All patients in the study had developed robust immune responses, but researchers say that they found higher levels of antibodies, right? Their data argues against the hypothesis that impaired immune responses are the reason symptoms return in some patients, rather than uncontrolled viral replication characterizes these clinical rebounds, right? Our findings suggest that more robust immune responses rather than uncontrolled viral replication characterizes, right? Okay, so the study published in the Journal of Clinical Infectious Diseases, followed by numerous reports of individuals who took Paxlovid as recommended within 5 days of infection, saw a return of symptoms after they completed the 5-day course of treatment. President Biden and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases Director Anthony Fauci both experienced a COVID rebound after taking the medicine. The cases raised concerns of Pfizer's two-drug antiviral treatment could interfere with developing long-lasting immune response. I'm going to write that down. long-lasting immune response is not a good thing. The study involved 6 people whose COVID symptoms returned after taking Paxlovid, 2 with rebound symptoms after apparent recovery who did not take the pills. Their responses were compared to a group of 6 people who had COVID but did not experience a rebound. All volunteers had been vaccinated, boosted, and all were infected with some version of the Omicron variant of the virus. Blood from study volunteers underwent intensive investigation to assess their immune response during the acute infection phase and the rebound phase. All of the rebound patients had experienced significant improvement in their symptoms before their rebound. Of those who had a rebound after Paxlovid, 4 had milder symptoms during their initial infection. 1 had the same, and then 1 reported worse symptoms. None of the rebound patients required additional treatment or hospitalization. Right? Rebound symptoms may partially, I can't read that, by robust immune response. Hang on a second. The little thing was covering the word. Larger and more detailed studies are needed to further understand the COVID symptom rebound, the research team said. The researchers also suggesting there still need to evaluate longer courses of Paxlovid in immunocompromised people. A second. So I'm gonna go through this one more time. And I just realized I could take screenshots of what I want to see here. So basically, what they're saying is that that they had feared that the body would not react to their medicine, right? So, but they're saying that it's a robust immune response in these people that have been vaccinated and boosted and all this stuff, right? So, like, it's not an actual good data study, because these people have already had the vaccination. It's a good data study for them, but it's not real life, because there's probably 30-40% of people that have not been jabbed. Okay, but they're saying that the immune response, they're able to get these people's bodies to respond to these toxins and these poisons. Okay. Let's see. The study published in the Journal of Infectious Medicine, those who took COVID within 5 days of infection saw a return of symptoms after they completed the 5-day course of treatment. This is what they want. They want that because it's basically extending the thing. It's extending the offload, the toxic offload. Let's see. The cases raised concern after two drug antiviral treatment could interfere with development of long-lasting immune response. The study involved 6 people whose COVID symptoms returned. So this is another 6 people. Like this is such a tiny study, right? There's almost nothing you can gain from this study. All volunteers had been vaccinated and boosted, and all were infected with some version of the Omicron variant of the virus. Blood from study volunteers went intensive investigation to assess. So they're letting you know that they're studying the blood before and after to figure out how to get deeper into it. Okay. All the rebound patients had experienced significant improvements in their symptoms, right? Their symptoms were suppressed before their rebound. Of those who had a rebound after Paxlovid, 4 had milder symptoms, 1 had the same, and then 1 reported worse symptoms, okay? So none of the patients required any hospitalization or anything like that. Rebound symptoms may be partially driven by a robust immune response to residual virus in the respiratory tract. The study's authors suggested. Listen to this, the language. They conclude that the drug does not impede the immune response in some individuals as some had feared. That's what it was. So it does not impede the immune response. It's enough toxin, it's enough poison to cause the immune response that they want. Okay? It does not impede the immune response. It is plenty of poison to cause the immune response that they were hoping for. So people can wear down their bodies. People are choosing this, by the way. You have to choose this. But the language that they're using, it's like it makes you think that they're doing something good for you when they're not. They're doing something horrible. Okay? It's like fluoride in the water. It's like, all the heavy metals in the air. It's like it's all of this nonsense, right? And they're just making you think that it's good for you. If you can trick the cattle into killing themselves, you don't have to fucking kill them. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to. You're not the one responsible. You just made the thing, and then they chose it. I think this is like part of the deal. This is the part of why the dark entities are able to get away with this, right? They're able to get away with poisoning people because all they have to do is get you to choose it. So they're basically just in this whole article, they're basically just telling you that it's working the way we thought. It's suppressing the symptoms, right? And then it's causing a second immune response for the body to try and offload its toxicity. That's a good thing for them, right? But it's a bad thing for the people taking this drug. You see? You see where I'm at with this? You see where I'm going with this? You see? Do you see how none of this is to anybody's benefit except the people making the drug, right? It doesn't matter, like if the pharmaceutical industry has proven anything, it doesn't matter whether or not their drug works to help people. It just is if it works for its intended use. You see what I'm saying? It works for its intended use. It's not, and you don't know what its intended use is. The trusting nature of people, of living men and women, of human beings, the trusting nature says, okay, so they wouldn't make this to hurt me. They wouldn't make this to make me sicker. They would only make this, and it's just your assumption. They would only make this to help me. So when they say that it's doing its job, it's 95% efficacy. It's creating an immune response. It's producing antibodies. It's getting rid of the antigen. Where is the antigen coming from? Right? The antibodies are trying to get rid of the poison that you are inputting into your body. Right? You're taking this because you don't want to feel the symptoms. It's like we don't want to feel our emotional symptoms. We don't want to feel our physical symptoms. We don't want to feel anything. And Satan always has an answer for that, right? It's always got an answer for that. You don't want to feel your emotional symptoms? Fine. You can go drinking. You can go drugging. You can go, you can overwork. You can play. You can do all these things to distract yourself, right? This is just a way to distract your physical symptoms for when your body is just going through that toxic overload. They're just adding more toxicity to it, so your immune system makes you weaker. Your immune system has to work overtime, and it's just making you weaker and weaker and weaker. So, anyway, I hope that was helpful. I hope that made sense. I know I was kind of reading fast through the thing. As I'm screen recording it, I'm reading it in my head, which I read a little bit faster in my head than I do, obviously with me speaking it. So, I hope that wasn't too much of a distraction for you. Like I said, I hope you got something out of it, and share share it. Share what this is. Share how to read these things. It's not in your, you don't have to read everything like that, but anything mainstream. When you see something with Pfizer, read it like you're the eugenicist, hoping for a good report, right? And then when you see these buzzwords, look up these buzzwords. Okay, look up these buzzwords and see what they mean. They're just rhetorical to get people to be like, to think that an immune response after taking something is what they want. Okay, look up these buzzwords and understand what they mean. We're in an upside down right now. We're in an inversion right now. Okay, so understand that and look at it from, if I were an evil motherfucker, what would I be doing? What kind of what would make this article like what would I want to see in this article? Okay, you got to put yourself, and this isn't easy for everybody. It's not easy for me. It's like it's kind of scary for some of it, but initially, but you get over it. You start learning. It's like, oh, I just have to avoid this stuff. I just have to not believe in it. I just have to. I just got to do my own thing, because you're not gonna stop the pharmaceutical industry with an article or anything like that. Most of these people that read these articles, they're like, oh, so I can take Paxlovid now because it's making my immune system respond. Well, it's responding to the thing you're putting in your body, right? When it was already responding to all the other nonsense that you were putting in your body. It's just keeping. It's like keeping an engine running at idle, right? And just keep your foot on the gas, right? It's just keeping your foot on the gas while the car's idling, right? That's all it's doing, right? And what is going to happen? You're at 6,000 RPMs all the time. What's going to happen to your engine? I just made that up, right? It's not bad. I like that one. You're pressing on the gas, you're jamming on the gas while your car is in idle. That's what's happening. That's what these medicines are doing. That's what these vaccines and stuff are doing. Okay, they're probably doing way more, but in my very limited understanding, that's what these are doing. And you don't need to know every detail. You just have to see the big picture, look at it from 100,000 feet up, see that it's all flat and ready, and normal. It's not a fucking whatever, but look at the big picture, and you'll start to see exactly what they're talking about. So, anyway, I will see you guys later. I'm going to go do the rest of my day and be higher beings. Much love. See you guys soon.